Welcome to It's Not That Serious podcast. I'm Alea.
And I'm Elodie.
How you feeling? This is second episode.
Yes.
Y'all, first of all, I just want to say thank you guys so stinking much for supporting us and literally just encouraging us to just keep going. Honestly, this is just something that we're just doing to honestly have fun, but it is fun.
It is fun. And it's really us.
And it's super therapeutic because I feel like I'm still learning so much. We just like, every time we film, I'm just realizing like, go and being you.
Yeah.
Keep being you. Don't change. You know what I mean?
That's our one superpower, is just being ourselves.
Yes. And I'm so thankful to just do this journey with you and you just be in this season in my life, like honestly, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart, you know. So yeah, I'm really excited and just thank you guys so much. And yeah, welcome to episode 2.
Welcome to episode 2, y'all.
This episode is really, you know what, before I get into it, I really want to say, because I keep getting asked like, what is your guys' podcast really about?
Okay.
And I, you know, from the title, It's Not That Serious, because my dad was like, honey, he was like, honey, for it not being serious, you guys got a little serious on that podcast. But that's the point.
Yeah.
We went through so much growing up, and you know, her journey was her journey, my journey was my journey. And I think the purpose of this is like still for me to keep healing, but if we can help other people, then be like, great. You know what I mean?
Get a little glimpse of the conversations we have and like heal with us, you know, because what we have been through was serious at the time. But now we're able to talk about it and tell you guys, like, we got through it.
Yes, and that's the whole point of the podcast. It's not that serious because we're standing here talking. We may laugh about this shit. We may cry about this shit. But it's just honestly just showing you what we went through in our journey, you know? So, yeah. To get into it, how did we meet, sis? I feel like people don't know how we met.
Well, my POV is different than yours.
Okay. What you got?
Okay. So, my recollection was meeting you at Bevy. But you said we met at the apartment.
We did though, but you were drunk. Sis doesn't remember it, but she was drunk. This little old girl came up to me like, sis, dance. And I'm like, she is so little. But I was like, nah, I ain't dancing. I'm good. I was actually with 2 of my friends and with Edwin and Torito.
No.
Yeah, and Bucko at the time.
What?
Yeah, sis, you were just so drunk, but so crazy how the universe just brought us together.
Isn't that crazy? Because when you first met me at Light, I think you even told me that, like, I think I've seen you before.
Yes.
And I'm like, what? Where?
So crazy. So then we both started at Light. And I think I started working there 6 months before her. And we just clicked since then.
Oh my God, yeah.
Nobody liked us at that time because we were so buddy. And these bitches probably thought like, y'all not finna be friends outside of this shit. But we stayed friends.
We had long nights together.
Yes.
But we weren't just friends at the club. And
My
people
point.
don't know that.
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning, they didn't know that.
Yeah. I think now though, we did fall off a little bit, becoming like staying together. I feel like now we're like out. We're family.
We're locked in,
literally
baby.
locked in. What they say? Welcome to death row, baby.
No, for real.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how we met in the industry. And to get into it, how we got into bottle service. How did you get into bottle service?
So I got into it because I had a friend. I had a couple friends that had a promotion company at Light, and they were like, "Hey, you want to work? Want to work this one night?" And I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And I had no idea about the money. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know how much these girls made. I just saw it as an opportunity to get cute, do my makeup, go out, and be the star of the show. And so like,
and baby, you was the star. Cause you was looking good, sis. I remember sis had her little eyeliner glitter cut crease. I will never forget that.
That was my look, my signature. Okay.
Sis, it really was.
Dude. And
you don't wear your hair like that in a ponytail though no more.
Head too big.
You know, my nephew was like, what's your podcast about? And I was like, Gianni. He was like, well, who's your podcast about? You're just talking about yourself? I said, no, I'm doing it with my friend. He's like, who? The girl with the big head and the little one? I said, who? Elodie? Alexa's like, don't be talking about her like that.
Yeah, Gianni, what? Say it to my face.
So funny. But yeah, you were it, sis.
Well, that's why I got into it. I didn't know $100 to me to go out and party and look cute. That was a lot of money to me back then. So
because they did pay $100 for runners.
$100, yeah, just $100. Little did I know these bitches were rocking out with more.
Yeah. See, I didn't start off like that, which I'm super grateful. But when I first got into it, I got into it because I went to the club a lot, and they started asking, because you know how girls are like, how do you get into it? Like, now I'm just like, I don't know, sis, just go to the club. And
literally,
they might just ask you to just start working, because that's how we got into it.
Right.
But I used to do, like, they used to do tip out with me. So I was going home on a Sunday with like $450, $500, and that was big to me,
girl.
And
to everybody.
What got me into that, when I was 22, I was working at so many jobs. Girl, I had a job since I was fucking 15. I was working at Six Flags. Girl, I was working at Target, Dairy Queen, Abbey, Uline, and I got fired from them all. So I'm like, damn, I can't keep getting fired from these jobs. I gotta do something. But I honestly really did get into it, because I felt like it took me 2 weeks to make fucking $600. And then when I realized all these girls are like making $600 in a day, some $2,000 in a night, I'm like, oh, I'm about to tap into this.
Yeah. It's definitely an industry.
But little did we know our life would change with that.
Whoa. I mean, I would say there's pros and cons to anything you do, but I do think this industry, you become a slave to the money.
I don't regret it, but this is a question actually in our cards. Do you think work in this industry has affected your personal life, relationship, love, and mental health? So let's go into your personal life first.
I think it's affected all of them. I think personally, I've had to overcome some hardships, with boyfriends. The majority of my bottle service career, I was in a relationship, and luckily that person understood what I was doing and was able to support it for a time being. But I think I eventually, started to not really be so invested in my relationship. And it's just a lot. Bottle service is a lot of temptation. Not saying that I did anything while working, but
excuse me,
a lot of late nights, a lot of alcohol.
Yes.
A lot of men approaching you, and I don't know, I just feel like for the time being that relationship kept me structured. Yeah. For sure. Kept me
I think so
focused.
too. And I remember telling you that I think you being in a relationship was really good for you, because you low-key weren't wilding out. Like, you were actually very stable in your life at a time.
But if you think about it, I was in a relationship with 2 men during bottle service careers.
Yeah, the beginning.
Yeah, I've always
we'll clear that up. Not 2 men at the same time, but in a relationship at 22 to 20, for a year though.
Yeah, but still, that was the majority of my career, because then COVID happened.
Do you feel like you being in that relationship, the first guy, did he kind of fuck up a lot of shit for you?
Oh my God, absolutely. He's the reason I wasn't able to pursue nursing.
And that was kind of the first episode we were talking about. Yeah,
and that's why I'm saying personally.
Why did he stop you from pursuing nursing?
He got me in trouble. That man was no good, and I feel like that's one thing I do want to tell all these young girls about bottle service is it looks cute online. It's an aesthetic. You watch the Get Ready With Me's. You see the money count. Yeah, but you don't.
So much shit behind it.
Yeah, you don't realize how much it really does affect you in the decisions and choices you make. Whether you're fucking with somebody, a guy that you meet at the club.
Because nowadays, I don't know about nowadays, but back then, I feel like women were so impressed by men with money.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, even now.
Yeah, it's crazy out here.
Even now, even with TikTok and all these social media platforms, it's who has the biggest watch? Who has this Dior shirt? Who has, you know what I mean?
And just remember, ladies, a lot of these men hide behind money.
Oh my God. Ask them their credit score.
Learn a man's character and his intentions before ever allowing him just to buy your life. Because
or buy you a bottle at the club.
Yes. And a lot of those men are just honestly just awful.
No, and to make that point clear, met him at the club.
Yeah.
The
first guy we're talking about. Yeah.
The first guy, met him at the club and got in some trouble, of course. All these drug dealers want to be drug dealers, whatever the fuck they do.
Baby narcos.
Yeah, whatever. He was involved in that, and unfortunately, it caused me to get in a situation, wrong place, wrong time.
Do you want to get more in depth about it, or just not really talk about that?
I eventually want to get into that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good conversation to have when we talk about maybe heartbreak and exes, because that was a huge heartbreak for me, but also a huge reality check. And I think I really just want to set the record straight with anyone, looking up to us and wanting to pursue bottle service. Just be very careful. Your decisions really will impact you in everything that you do, and it'll follow you the rest of your life.
Just be very self-aware.
Yeah.
That's really, you can go in, make your money. I still to this day don't encourage girls. It's so crazy because people be like, how do you don't get into it, girl. Just stick to a 9 to 5 because it's so hard to get out of it when you're in it. You're so consumed with like that fast money, and it's just sometimes not all good money. Or what is it? Not all
fast money is good money.
Literally, right. Yeah. And that's how I feel. You know what I mean?
I'm opposite. So when girls have asked me about it, I tell them, if you're going to be headstrong and you know your purpose for getting into it, by all means, make your fucking money, but go.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do and go.
Invest in your money.
Yes. Invest, save. If you think this is a lifestyle you want to be in forever, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because you are very much disposable.
Yeah.
You know, so I do encourage it, but you definitely have to come from a good mindset and a good head on your shoulders and not get so consumed and invested in everything you're going to encounter in this industry, I feel.
Yeah.
What about you? Like, what do you feel like it's taken a toll on your personal life, mental health?
It definitely fucked up my mental health even more. Not bottle service particularly. Yeah, not bottle service for real, but like just when I was already in like in a dark place, I feel like you're so used to just drinking, like taking a shot because someone just bought a bottle. So I'm just drinking and drinking and drinking. So like there was a point where like you were
going through something?
Yeah, I was going through something really bad, and I was like going down a rabbit hole. And I just remember just like it was COVID year. I think this was March 14th. When did the whole world shut down? March 14th or March 16th?
16th, I think.
Yeah, Samantha's birthday. And I remember they were just like, I was already in a really, really, really bad place. And I just remember they're like, oh, the whole world's shutting down. We can't work at clubs. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, what am I going to do? Like, bottle service is my income. Being a makeup artist is my income. I'm not working a real 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Like, all I just thought about, like, fuck. I'm like, what else can happen, you know? And I just remember being so, like, I was fucked up, but I also was so tired, sis, because I had worked at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I always just hustling, bro.
Yeah.
Just wanting to make money.
Yeah.
And I just remember, like, driving home, and I fell asleep. Like, I was knocked out at the light, and boom, cops got me and knocked on my window. Yeah. And it's so crazy because, like, I didn't even tell my parents that I was in the fucking police station. My mom had a gut feeling, like she literally, it was like what, 5:30 in the morning?
Oh my God.
Yeah, or maybe like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And she like woke up, which is so weird because I never really would go home. You know, we'd always stay out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because COVID happened.
No, but that night I remember it specifically. They had all the runners stay home. You were the only runner that they chose to stay that night because there wasn't going to be a lot of people.
Why the fuck only me?
I don't know, but they literally only wanted you there. You were the only runner. And I do remember when everything happened, you called me. I wake up the next morning and I have a missed call from you. And I'm just like, I didn't have a good feeling either. And I call you and then you tell me everything that happened.
Yeah. So my mom had woke up. She was sleeping that night. And she's like, hun, Malaya's not home. And like before, like I said, what I was going through, like, was really putting me in a dark spot. Like, my dad always told me, like, you drink and drive a lot. You're going to end up in a ditch dead, or you're going to get in a car accident, or you're going to catch a DUI. And, like, I always heard him, but I never really processed what he would say. And I was like, okay, whatever.
You didn't listen.
No, I didn't. I was so stubborn, man. And then, so, like, my dad's like, either she got a DUI or something just happened to her. So he called, she had my location on Snapchat, and they called the police station. And yeah, Malaya was booked in the fucking, I forgot where I was, but since I was begging for my life, please don't post me on cam. Or what is it called?
Don't post my mugshot.
Yeah. Mobile Patrol. I'm like, please don't put me on Mobile Patrol. Please, they gonna make fun of me. But now I'm so accepting of what happened, because
that's why we can laugh a little bit now, because back then it was not funny
at all. And you know what's so crazy? When my dad picked me up, I was still low-key drunk, so I was laughing, and he's looking at me like, you think this shit's funny? This shit is not funny. And I got home, and I remember waking up, and I'm just like, fuck, what the fuck did I just do? Because I still was drunk, you know? And I just remember, like, I went to my dad, and I literally, the thing I love about my parents is that they're very understanding. No matter what we go through, my dad's never gonna, like,
disown you.
Yes. And like, I appreciate my parents so much. And I literally, that makes me emotional, because like the way I was just in life, I literally knew that.
It was a hard time for you, man.
Super. But what makes me emotional is because like where I'm at right now, I'm so grateful because I just remember just with my ex-boyfriend, I'm like, bro, I literally don't feel like I'm gonna see 26, 27 because of how bad I was, like really just down bad, just so hurt and just like fighting demons. And I just remember just like going to my dad, and I hugged my dad, and he's like, you know, a car's materialistic. That's all this shit, it happens, but you're alive.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And then I just apologized, and girl, still after that, it still didn't hit me like I got a DUI. Like I was still drinking the next day, like, and I just feel like, girl, you know, just.
What would you tell your younger self back then now? Knowing what you know now, is there something that you would, you know, if you could tell someone that's watching this and does what you've done?
Slow down, and really just process everything you're going through. And I know it's hard, and I know we don't want to think about the shit we go through, but that's where you start your healing journey, when you start accepting your flaws and who you are and what you're doing wrong. And it's always why me? Why does this keep happening to me? Like, why not you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why not you? And so, like, I think that's where I just have to, like, if I were to tell myself, just slow down and just really just forgive yourself for everything you went through, and it's not your fault, you know, and just love yourself a lot more, give yourself a lot more grace, and stop being so hard on yourself, you know. So that's what I would tell myself. That was a cute question, sis.
Yeah, because I see how much you've grown, and I feel like there's a lot of girls right now that are possibly going through similar things, that rely on alcohol, you know, other things to get them through what they're going through. And I just feel like
alcohol's the devil.
We can be a platform, you know, to kind of guide them and tell them, you know, alcohol, if anything, it's just going to lower your vibration and put you in a deeper hole.
I think that's why I'm more self-aware with myself now, because if people who follow me, they see I go on these like 3 months of no drinking, because I'm in a spot in my life where like I know that if I would drink, I would self-destruct. So I know better now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like even so, like that time when I got the DUI, it was one of my good friends called me like, let's get a hotel, don't drive home. But I was so stubborn from what I went through that I'm like, no, I don't trust nobody. I'm going home. Like I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
And I just self-sabotaged and literally just drove myself almost home.
Yeah.
Because I fell asleep at the light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just slow down. And don't be so hard on yourself. And one of my good friends too was like, you're young, you're learning, it's okay, you know, like good thing it happened to you now, so you're not 30 and you're going through this, you know. And I spent so much money. That was all COVID year, you know. COVID was like DUI, it was like the lawsuit that I went through.
Yeah.
It was losing my dad, going through what I had to go through before that. And it was just like so much shit that I was going through that I was just like, thank God of COVID, honestly.
COVID was a tough time.
Yeah, but that shit,
it made everyone slow the fuck down.
Especially me. Yeah, for real. Just to really like, I think it saved me.
You think so?
Yeah, honestly, I really do think it saved me. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Well, I guess that ties into our next question. Like, what advice would you give someone trying to get out of a dark path?
I would say learn to be alone. And like a lot of people, you know, like now you either journal, read a lot of books, but I say talk to people, lean on a village. You got to lean on a village of people who love you, you know, and just realize like everything you're going through, I keep saying this, but there's so much beauty in pain, but everything you're going through, there's really light at the end of the tunnel.
And there's a reason why you're going through it. I feel like God has really weird ways to show us like lessons through these hardships. Yeah. You know?
Seriously. I think that everything I went through, I had to go through that to be where I'm at right now. Right. You know what I mean? And I don't regret nothing. I don't. And I don't believe in unwasted times. I feel like everything you're going through is just going to make you become who you need to be. Yeah, literally. So, you know, just focus on you and just keep going and feel the way you feel, but don't let it like drain you. Yeah, consume you and drag you, because I know me, when I'm in a dark place, I have to get out that funk quick, because I will literally be in a dark place.
You'll sit in it.
Yeah, and it's bad.
And a lot of people do, actually. I feel like I'm one to do that as well. Like, I just have days where I want to literally just be home, be under my covers, and like not talk to anyone. Yeah. I'm just like, I feel depressed, I feel sad, but like you said, if you don't get up and move and you don't talk to someone, if you don't do something about it, it's just going to be a back-to-back thing.
One thing I could say, because I feel like that could stem from like when you're in a dark place, that's when you're kind of like, you're going to rebirth into like self-love, you know, you're gonna learn self-love. And when you learn self-love, you're gonna learn that the people that you used to, like what they say, your new life is gonna cost your old life. And you're gonna go through an obstacle in your life where you're realizing like, these people aren't good for me. Like, you know, so you're gonna lose a lot of people on your way up, and that's okay. And I always tell people, like, the path that you're going, not everybody's gonna follow you. So
yeah, not everyone's meant to be on that journey with you.
Amen. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that. And I'm a tough one on myself. Yeah. So I have to definitely say, like,
what would you say though, to answer that question? Like, how do you get out of a dark path?
I would say, you know, learn your bad habits, learn what makes you go down that dark path, and try to unlearn them, you know, try to do better for yourself and surround yourself with better people. Like you said, you're going to have to, like, you're like a snake shedding its skin. Like, you have to shed all of the bad people out of your life that just want you to be the version of yourself you're trying to get rid of.
Yeah. And it just goes from, like, when you keep asking yourself, why me? Why not you? Like, focus on that. Like, why do these things keep happening to you? Like me, when I got my DUI, why the fuck not me? Girl, homegirl was just drinking and driving like that shit was okay. Like, I could have took somebody's life.
Yeah.
I could have took my life. And then now that I think about it, it's so scary. Like, I couldn't even imagine just doing that. Like, I'd really beat myself up every day with that. But just, you know what I mean? It's just...
But that's where also, like I said, self-awareness and accountability plays into that. If you don't think that way, like, why not me? You're going to continue to relive what you've already lived through. Yeah. Because you're not learning the lesson that you're supposed to learn. Mm-hmm. So you have to change your perspective and see what you can do differently. Yeah. You know? Yeah. To grow. Mm-hmm.
Who are you outside of bottle service? Because I feel like so many people know us because of bottle service and like who we are, but like that's not who the fuck we are. Like, that's not our everyday thing. We don't wake up, think, oh, we're gonna go do sparklers in the club. Like, you know what I mean? Right. So who are you outside of bottle service?
I would definitely say I'll give bottle service its props, because I think it also has done really good for us in a sense of networking. Yes. You know, I've met amazing people in this industry that I continuously have talked to and gotten opportunities from.
Yes. Oh, I love that you say that, because honestly, that is a number one thing why I got into bottle service, because I've always said, becoming a makeup artist, I'm like, if I get in it, these girls are influencers. Like, well, they probably didn't think they were influencers, but they had following. I'm like, I'm gonna do their makeup, like, get in there. So that is so true. Yes. Networking.
Sure. And also, like, I think for me, it just really built that hustler mentality. Yes. Like,
do you think that's why we still stay in it?
I think it can play a part, but I also think that we're at a time in our life that we're both focusing and grinding so hard for our future selves. And for me, I know I'm in it just for the money now. I'm not in it to party. I'm not in it to have fun. I'm not in it to be a little hot girl. I'm in it to make my money and go. Yeah. You know? Because we still can. Yeah. We're still at an age where we can. We're still in our prime. And why not take those opportunities if we can, you know? Because not a lot of people can.
Yeah, yeah. And I met one of my closest friends, Katie, and she's taught me so much in just becoming so successful in being an entrepreneur. Badass. I love her. Yeah, she really is. Shout out to Katie. Yeah. She's helped me so much. She was the first one when I caught my DUI. She's like, it's okay. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. It happens. I met so many people in the industry, for sure. And I love that. Definitely. But yeah.
Melody, I am starting to establish myself as an entrepreneur. I do a lot of things. I'm a realtor. Like, full-time, I'm a realtor. And again, I have to give it to the industry that I've worked in. You know, it built that hustler mentality. So now I want to own my own business and just keep running it that way and get into sales. I'm not selling bottles now, I'm selling houses.
I know that's right, girl. No, that's okay, period. I love that for you, sis. Yeah. Because I feel like when they think of bottle service, like, we don't have no fucking morals. Like, I feel like men think that.
Like, we're just, you know, whores and sluts.
Sometimes it's so shocking to people. They're like, oh, you cook, you clean? Yeah, motherfucker, I cook and clean. Like, why is that so hard to believe? Why do, like, bottle girls have this label that they're just out here just selling coochie?
Right. Finessing money and shit.
Yeah, like, that's not really us in real life.
It's not. But you know what? I appreciate that kind of stigma, because the people that know us in real life value us in real life.
I love that.
You know? And the people that don't and have that perception, y'all can keep it.
Keep it.
Please.
Shove it up your ass. Because then you're not really meant for us then if you already judging me.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? Ooh, you ready for this question?
I don't know.
Why weren't you publicly in a relationship? You say you were in a relationship for 3 years, but why you didn't post that man?
Okay. In the beginning, I did post him a lot. I did. And it just started to get a little too rocky and unstable for me, that I'm just like, you know what? Elodie's going to focus on Elodie. And if this man finna stay, he finna stay. But he's not getting posted. But he didn't post me either. So I'm just like, I
don't think posting really means anything, though. I used to be like, why the fuck you ain't post me? But now I just feel like it doesn't matter.
Okay, here's the thing, though. If you're always posting shit, except your girl, it matters.
Oh, for sure.
It matters.
Definitely.
But if you're not on social media like that, I get it. You know, and your attention is all on me and our relationship, and we're healthy, we're stable. That's a different story, baby. I don't give a fuck.
You know what I could say? Because when I was in a relationship with my ex for 7 years on and off, like, I think I posted him because he didn't live here.
So you feel like
I didn't give a, like, I didn't nobody know him. So, like, they're not going to come back and tell me some shit I didn't want to hear. Because, you know what I mean? So I feel like that was easier for me because this last relationship, when I posted him,
what?
All hell broke loose.
Oh.
It's like, damn, everybody fucks you. I should have known. For real. Like, damn. It's just like, I see why people don't be posting for real. Because it's just like, you don't want to feel stupid. You know what I mean?
Like a fool. Oh, I know. Low-key same. And I still get asked about him till this day.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he was a big part of your life.
Huge. But I'm just like, I guess people...
Not your whole entire life, but...
No, but I feel like people only also knew him through social media. Like, they didn't know him the way I knew him.
Oh,
yeah.
That's my last question that I'm gonna get into. What have you found that has been the hardest thing to be honest with yourself about?
What do I don't know.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
So for me, like what you just said was realizing that a person is a terrible person and still thinking that they're a good person, but they're really a terrible person.
Like
lying to myself.
Their potential.
Yes. You know, like what you just said, like I knew him how I knew him, but you guys knew him how you knew him. But it don't matter how the fuck I knew him. Look at how he was still treating me outside, doing terrible shit. You know what I mean? And I would lie to myself so much like, oh, he's this, he's that. This shit is pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah, why do they want to play the piano now?
Yeah, bro, it's literally irritating. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I feel like that I would lie to myself about that. Just realizing like a person's a terrible person. And they just need a lot to work on, but not with me.
And I think you're going to carry that onto your next relationship, but you wouldn't have known that if you didn't reflect on this one.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of women go through that. Like I can say for me, I have a lot of avoidance. My therapist even said that, like it seems like you avoid a lot of things that you don't want to confront in your life, and that is what's making you anxious as a person. Yeah. And my relationship was definitely something I was avoiding for a long time. So
yeah, but honestly, like from not outside looking in, but actually being in that one time, I feel like you weren't able to speak.
No, I feel like I shut myself down to accommodate to that person's needs and to their feelings, that I'm barely relearning how to speak up, how to say what I really want to say. Yeah. And now, like, but I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like, I know that I had to go through that to understand that anyone who comes in my life after that is going to get the version of me that I want to give them. Yeah. You know, so I'm definitely working through that avoidance with many people in my life because I don't want to hurt people I love. Yeah. And I could say the same
but
too. But people that love us shouldn't want to hurt us either.
Right. Yes.
So it's a work in progress.
It is. But I could say that too, with just not even with like being in a relationship with a lot of people, lying to myself, like they're just not good people. And I just need to stop trying to see the good in everybody and just like let it go. You know what I mean? And I think that stems from like childhood of just like it being so hard to let go because like I watched my mom, you know, being with my dad for they've been together for like what? Maybe like 30 something years. Maybe even longer. And you know, like my parents weren't the best, you know. Like my dad did put my mom through a lot younger, and then I see my mom, you know, put up with so much and just not let go, and I'm just like, is that how relationships are supposed to be? You know what I mean? Am I supposed to like not give up on a partner and just be there for them? And you know, so I feel like that's how, like, or that's why I stayed in like a lot of my relationships, because it was so hard to let go, because I just kept trying to see the good, like they'll change.
And I think that's a real thing when you have parents that have been together for years, because for me it's the opposite. I'm so quick to bye. Like I'm like, no, I can't. And I, even though I stayed with that person for so many years, I've always had moments where I literally left him.
Same, girl, same. It was so toxic, and I think that's just something that we need to work on, because it was so easy to do that, but you're doing that to go back. Come on, like I don't want to do that no more.
You're not standing on business.
Not standing on no business.
But that's another question I want to ask you. Do you feel like, did you ever feel guilty being a bottle server in a relationship or talking to men? Like, did you ever feel like, damn, like I need to do more to prove to him that I'm not the bottle girl, like the stigma of what a bottle girl is?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. Because I feel like I dated men who, like, well, my last relationship, he was out and about, but the other one wasn't. He was really a homebody, and I'm just out here posting this, and he never would do that, and I'm just like, I wouldn't like it if he did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just wouldn't be right. But yeah, I would say that I feel guilty sometimes. Yeah.
I would say I would too. I feel like I almost was selling myself short a little bit by being a bottle girl, trying to be in a relationship, and like, I don't know, it definitely reflected a lot.
Do you think it's hard to get out of the industry now? Did we talk about that? Yeah.
Do I feel like it's hard to get out of the industry? I think the money is what keeps everybody there.
I don't even feel like I'm making good money. I don't even know why I'm here.
Really?
Yeah.
So why are you doing it?
I don't know. I'm still figuring that out. And I feel like even now, just like so many people like work in Chicago, but it's just like, I don't want to be labeled. And there's nothing wrong, obviously, being a bottle girl. I'm so fucking bottle girl, but I don't want to be known as a bottle girl out here in the industry. And I know how hard it would be to like it's so easy just to get so consumed in the industry, and then it's just gonna be even harder to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I be thinking about that sometimes. Like I even think like, damn, like to make extra money, should I go get a 9-to-5 job to just get the fuck up out of this shit? But then it's just like, I feel like it keeps me, like you said, just to keep hustling and get uncomfortable. Like even when I'm not making money right now, I'm just like, okay, focus on my content with makeup and really pursuing my career. So it definitely keeps me uncomfortable. I think that's why I'm keeping it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. Do you feel the same way?
I do. I've limited myself now to just working strictly events. I don't work at a particular venue anymore because I don't want to feel confined. I do take my real estate very seriously.
Yeah.
And I just can't fathom having to go to sleep at 5 a.m. to wake up at 9 a.m. to show a house. Like, to me, that's so unprofessional.
First of all, I went to the farmer's market on Saturday. Did I go Saturday?
Yeah.
That's where they be at. Girl, sis, they was fine. They was so fine, organically clean, just up early in the morning. And I'm sitting here, just got off of work, 8 o'clock, tired as hell. Like, damn, I just wish I didn't have to get off so late, that I can enjoy these little moments. Like, I was present, but not present.
Right.
But it was so nice, you know, like just having that lifestyle of just like enjoying your weekends and doing stuff like that.
A slow, soft life.
Yes.
But are we ready for that?
I am. I'm so ready for that.
So then why don't you leave bottle service?
I'm not there yet. And I just feel like money, you know?
Yeah.
Bills need to be paid. I am very solo with everything I do right now. And yeah, that's kind of just why I do it, you know? And I feel like I said, it just keeps me on my toes right now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for me, I want a soft, slow life. But I think right now is just my time to grind the fuck out.
Yes, same.
You know?
Before at least I'm 30.
Yeah.
Make all the money that I can. And then once I know, God knows that I'm ready, get up out of this shit. Because it's honestly starting to drain me.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah, same.
Literally.
Same.
And it's just like, I don't feel like, it's still a club experience. And I don't want to make somebody's club experience awful. Because I'm like, man, get up out of my face.
Right. Like taking a sparkler without a fucking smile on your face anymore.
Literally. So how's working in real estate, knowing it's dominated by men, articulate the difference of the sexual attention you get from bottle service and also dealing with professional business world?
Ooh, that is a good question. So I would say bottle service definitely prepared me to work in a predominantly male industry.
Yep. I think so too.
I think it really prepared me because I'm a boss in real estate. And I've been told this by my mentor. I don't play.
Yeah.
And I'm able to
and you don't get intimidated by the men.
I don't.
Because they do try that.
Oh, they do. They look at me up and down, or, because I'm small. I'm like small, this adorable, small, little cute girl. But when they hear me talk, they're like, okay, she knows what she's talking about.
Right.
And I feel like for me, and I'm going to be honest, most of my deals have been with women. So I'm starting to notice that a lot of these men, either one, aren't producing, or two, they're just working with men.
Yeah.
Because I've had opportunities to work with some men, but they don't accept my offers or they don't take me serious, which I don't give a shit because I'm here to stay.
I know that's right.
And the sexual tension, in a way, bottle service also prepared me for this lifestyle because I also know how to use my attractiveness to my benefit and to get what I want. And y'all can call it manipulation. I call it being good at what you do.
Ain't nothing wrong with manipulating a little bit.
Get what you want, okay? Because I'm just gonna keep it 100. Men are.
I love that for you.
Yeah,
because I really feel like you really are killing it in the real estate.
Thank you, sis. I'm trying. I've been day in and day out.
Yes.
Blood, sweat, and tears in this bitch. But
and there's some days where it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. But those are the days that I keep reminding myself, if I can get through this, I can do anything.
Yeah. And I think that's just with life. Anything you're going through with work, like there's days where like money, makeup, bottle service, shit don't be how I wanted to go sometimes. And like I always say, you just have to have faith and just keep pushing. Process. Yes, you're going to have times where, man, you got to have faith. You really do, because it's really hard. Yeah. And then I think those are the most beautiful moments because they humble you a little bit.
Oh my God, they keep you 10 toes down.
Yes. For sure. Literally.
For sure.
Literally.
So I feel like we've talked a lot about, trial and errors and just hardships that we've been through while doing bottle service, So now that you're in a better place and you feel like you have a little more stabilization in your life.
Yeah. This is pissing me off.
The show must go on.
Okay.
We face adversity, we move on. So that was good. That actually rhymed. I guess I can...
Yo,
I guess how I can rephrase that question is like, how can you thrive when people around you are always questioning you about you doing better or wanting more for yourself?
You know what's so crazy? I feel like I deal with that with friendship and relationships. And with friendships, it's kind of starting to question like who they are as a person, and it just shows their insecurities and how much they project.
Intentions.
Yes. And I think in relationships, I was in a relationship where a person really did my light. Like, I feel like he didn't want me to feel like the baddest bitch that I felt like I was.
Right.
And like literally dim my fucking light. And so I think with that, it's just like, you kind of see, I always feel like the universe always brought me back to that person just to get it locked in my head, like just to really get it, like, yo, leave it because it's not for you. And God's gonna keep showing you every single time why a person is not for you, and not a friendship, a family member, anybody, and just trust your gut. When somebody's not for you and they really don't want you to be the best version of yourself, you don't need that. And it's going to be so hard to prosper in life when you have those people around you, honestly.
Yeah. I think for me, one of the biggest things when I notice someone doesn't really care about me is when they disrespect me. I think that's when I really know, okay, this person does not really fuck with me.
Yeah.
If they choose to blatantly disrespect me in my face or behind my back or just say out of pocket shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I kind of distance myself a little more.
Yeah.
Because if they do it once, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to do it twice. And they're just really showing you how they feel.
Yep.
So my advice would just to be more aware of those around you and really pick up on those little gut feelings, because they won't lie to you.
Yep. Really trust your gut. You got to really know your body, because your body will really reject that person from you. So,
or people, or circumstances or environments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess to kind of piggyback off of, bottle service and what we've endured while working, for so many years in this industry, how did you start your healing journey? Like, what led you up to it, and what steps did you take to initiate the process?
I think when I started my healing journey, I'm still in it, I'm still healing. But I would say, just like I always say, surround yourself with people that really, really love you. Work out, meditate, go on, like, do a lot of things by yourself, you know? And what else is something that I would do?
Travel.
Yeah, for sure. Traveling is nice too. I get a little depressed though when I travel.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I feel like travel has been such an outlet for me to like just heal and see that there's more to life than just what I have in it right now.
I think that's why I get sad though, because it's like you see so much and I feel guilty, like, damn, I wish people could see this with me.
But that's you just having a pure heart.
Yeah.
That's not you enjoying the moment for Malaya.
Yeah.
And
that's
feel
real.
Like, yeah, I feel like that's something you have to, it's good you're acknowledging it, but maybe it's something you do have to kind of seek deeper and be like, why do I, not enjoy these moments? Because you deserve them.
Yeah, right. Also, reading a lot of books has helped me too. Reading a lot of books.
You have been in your reading era.
Girl, I love reading.
Your podcast era too.
Yeah. Oh, I love podcasts. And a lot of podcasts, y'all. Definitely reading podcasts. A great podcast, Sarah Jakes. Listen to Girl Get Up. That one right there will... And the best book that I can recommend it's called The Mountain Is You. It's a really great book.
Ooh,
so
you have told me about that one.
Yes, and just doing a lot of things for myself and filling my cup and feeding me with just great energy. That helps me with my healing era too.
For sure.
And stop drinking alcohol, which I need to stop doing too, because that shit really can put you in a toe of just like, I don't know. Lately I've been a little agitated or aggravated. Agitated, yeah. I don't know why. I do think alcohol is a trigger. Yeah. But I don't think it's the only trigger. I think it can be a multiple thing. Yeah. But how about you though, with your healing journey?
I think from the last episode, I wanted to come on here and just give you guys a little more of me, because I did get really deep, but I've been doing a little more soul searching, and I know it's been a week. But I do want to give you guys the best me, and I want to give myself the best me. And so I owe it to myself to show you guys how far I have come, because this is a part of my healing journey. Some days I'm down. Some days I'm okay. And I feel like today was one of those days that I do feel happy and grateful. Yeah. And I definitely feel that you feel that way. Yeah, I do. And I really think it's because I dressed up today. I had my clothing. I'm wearing my heels. Like, I'm in my mode. So I'm more confident. Yeah. And I can present that, but I'm also human, so it's always a roller coaster. Yeah. Seriously, isn't it so crazy? There's some days you just be so good. Next day I'm just like a crackhead full of energy. It's such a roller coaster, and that's probably the most beautiful part about life. Isn't it? Yeah. And I think the best part just be grateful. We're alive. Gratitude goes such a long way. Yeah. There's nothing else that matters. It's just being grateful and being alive. If you can make somebody's day with just your light, dude. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to end it too. Comment, like, subscribe, leave us your feedback in the section of comments. And love it. Thank you. See you guys in the next one. Bye.